Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Ball Mons, we're going to be looking at the Lakers weekly review and also at the Lakers better off without LeBron James. So, just before I get started, please make sure you hit on the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. So, if anyone watches my channel regularly, I normally do a Lakers weekly review and all the subplots in the Lakers season so far. And there's been plenty of subplots in the Lakers season so far. This review is for this week, the past 7 or 8 days for the Lakers, and also the notion that Lakers are actually better without LeBron James. So, let me just get started here. Are the Lakers better without LeBron James? The short answer is no. It's laughable people think they're actually better without LeBron James because when the playoff comes around, he's going to be their best defender. And when Austin Reeves shit the bag again in the playoff, LeBron's going to be there to pick up the pieces like he did last year. And it's comical to me because the 41-year-old is probably the best defender on the team as well. For me, what people are saying is Lakers are 10-2 without LeBron James. So let me just break that down even further. Some of the wins has been against some of the worst teams in the league, some of the lottery teams, and some of the teams not in the playoffs. So, for example, you have the Grizzlies, you have the Heat, you have the Spurs without De'Aaron Fox and Harper. You have Hornets. There was no Brandon Miller. There was no Leandro Ball, and then you have Pelicans, a lottery team, and there was no Zion as well. Those were two of the games, and then the second game was there was no Zion and there was no Trey Murphy. You have the Pacers, another lottery team, and you have the Knicks. Knicks was a very good win, but Knicks shot 8 from 32 on trees, and most of them trees were open as well, which is very, very astounding to me. And then you have the Timberwolves, where Ant put up an absolute stinker, and he only had 14 points, and so did Julius Randle, in my opinion. So, but what I would say about Luka and Reeves, they do play well off each other. They have great chemistry together. You can see they like playing with each other as well, which is fantastic. Like in the Timberwolves game, both of them put up an absolute masterclass. Luka had 31, 11, and 11. That's just a standard Luka game. Look, that's what I'm saying. Luka is a generational talent. Just needs to apply himself a little bit more, and I think he pushed the Lakers to championship. And of course, you have Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a regular season guy. He had 31, 7, and 8. That's just Austin Reeves for you as well. For me, he's an offensive engine. But the only problem with me I found with Austin Reeves is when the games get tighter in the playoffs, when the games get a little bit more physical, Austin Reeves struggle. And I don't think you could win a championship with a backcourt of just Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic because they're not good defensively enough. Like I said, I don't think you can win a championship with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic as your backcourt because they're not good defensively enough. However, if you do add another superstar that's very, very good defensively alongside them, like for example Giannis, then you're talking about championship winning team in my opinion. However, I'm looking forward to LeBron coming back. I think he could be back this tonight or maybe the next night. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm looking forward to LeBron coming back, and also, like I said, Reeves. My apologies. Like I said, Reeves and LeBron play. Reeves and Luka play really, really well together, in my opinion. For me, JJ Redick has been great so far for the Lakers, and also to be fair to JJ Redick, he's had to coach this team this year mostly without those three superstars being healthy at the same time because they haven't been healthy all at the same time for a long period of time. So he's had to coach them, and he probably prefers coaching them secretly when all three of them aren't fully fit because it's a lot easier. And for me, I think he has to run more plays. And also, what I do notice when I'm watching the Lakers game is when LeBron isn't playing, they play a lot of zone defense, which hides Luka's defensive liability. And then when LeBron is playing, they do a lot of man-to-man defense. For me, that's very shocking because you don't expect LeBron James at 41 years old to still be the best defender one-on-one with a guy. And what I also do notice about Lakers is some of the Lakers players, they don't fight over the screen. When the screen is set, they just let the other player take it, and that creates a mismatch for the Lakers defensively. And that's not on. You have to fight over the screens, especially if the other opposition guy is a good offensive player. You have to fight over the screen. For example, Marcus Smart for me is a defensive leader in this team. Him and Jared Vanderbilt, whenever Vanderbilt get a chance to play. But when I watch them, they don't fight over screens. You have to fight over screens, in my opinion. JJ Redick has to do a better job JJ Redick has to do a better job in coaching and setting better defensive schemes, in my opinion. And also offensively, that's where the three, LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, have been very stagnant offensively because I would say 70 to 80% of the time, Luka has a ball in his hands, just dribbling, clock out, step back three, or trying to create a shot, or trying to manufacture a foul. For me, you have to let Reeves handle the ball a little bit more, in my opinion. Get him used to it. Get him scoring points. Get him set. Reeves is an underrated passer. For me, And then I think LeBron has to do a better job at playing at a dunker sport, because you can see LeBron making runs off screens. LeBron's a fantastic off the ball player. That's another narrative that needs to be deaded, because LeBron's a fantastic off the ball player, and I think he needs to do a better job, and they need to set him up playing at a dunker sport more often. He's not going to get the most rebounds anymore because he's 41 years old. He's trying to go very at this point. But like I said, they need to do a better job of putting LeBron, Reeves, and Luka in better positions. And also, Lakers are looking much better towards the end of the season. Especially in the last maybe 8 to 9 games, they've been looking much better. And LeBron has played 80% of them, so you can't say this is just because LeBron's out. But Lakers, you won't fool me again into thinking you're a championship contender. Not a chance. Even if you've been looking well in the last couple of weeks, not a hope. Until I see you beat very, very good top tier teams that are in the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 seeds for the playoff, then I want to start believing again. And also, congratulations to Bam Adebayo for breaking the record, Kobe's record of 81 points. He got 83 points. Fantastic to see, because a guy like, you can see all these players are congratulating because they know how hard he works. He's a defensive guy. For him to break that record was fantastic. And he's got a lot of criticism. What I don't understand is, especially from Kobe fans, I call Kobe fan Kobe tards, because they don't actually like basketball. They don't like watching basketball. They just like watching Kobe playing basketball. They don't want any of the records to be broken by any Kobe records to be broken. I saw a couple of articles there by Sam Amick, a very respectful writer for The Athletic. Sam Amick, you need to do a better job, because the title was Bam Adebayo should have taken himself out of the game after when he reached 80 or 81 points, not to break Kobe records. Do you know how silly that sounds, in my opinion? Take yourself out of the game because out of respect for Kobe, because they want to, come on, man, you're better than that. Sam Amick, you need to do better, especially if you're running for The Athletic. The Athletic should fire that guy, in my opinion. And for me, I was a liar. And then you see, what's his name, Ice Cube's son. He had a mental breakdown on Twitter. He's a Kobe fan, and somehow he blamed LeBron and he blamed the league for trying to manufacture Bam to break the Kobe record. Like, out of all the people to break the Kobe record, they put Bam Adebayo in the place to break Kobe's record. That, to me, that's completely outstanding, in my opinion. On a random night in the NBA, you think the league made the calls to break Kobe's record. Honestly, those Kobe tards they're a different breed of people. Like I said, they don't enjoy basketball. They just like arguing, and they love blaming LeBron James for every single team. And that's why I think LeBron James made a huge mistake going to the Lakers, because Lakers faithful are never going to accept them, especially them growing up with Kobe. Kobe fans hate LeBron. LeBron should have never went there. I think for me, it's one of the biggest mistakes LeBron has made in his career, and I love LeBron, but I call him out on that mistake every single time. That's pretty much it for me. If you have any suggestions, please make sure you drop it in the comment section. I do appreciate all the support, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Peace out.